Welcome home, everyone. Lancescurv here. Today we're going to speak about that G word, gossip. The anatomy of a gossip. 15 hard truths about lies, jealousy, and reclaiming your name. Gossip. Whew. What could I say about it? Just off the top of my head. I jotted down these notes. We're going to get it all in, no matter how long it takes. So I'm in the zone. Today I was around and about and got a chance to absorb some really good energy. I have a few clips that I'm going to put up of me just walking around 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to show, the visuals of my day in certain areas. And wow, I came up with a lot. I started jotting down these notes last night, and through my travels, as I ate in the restaurant, jotted some more down. So I came up with this, and I said I want to talk about this in depth because it's a terrible thing. I will say this, that with gossip, oh God, it's changed. Now, this is no knock on women, but our sisters know, those who have lived a sizable amount of decades can remember the time when we spoke of women and we spoke of gossip, that was like a woman thing. Oh, those gossipy women. Men really didn't gossip. I'm just saying this for clarification. All I'm saying is that now it seems like men hold the title of being the gossipers, which that's so not feminine that it belongs to a woman, but feminine in a sense that it's not a masculine trait, right? Women are not guaranteed to gossip, but that was once associated with the feminine energy, right? Not saying women, but it is feminine energy, because now men who do it, it's feminine energy. Now they may have a male organ between their legs, but these days we have so many soft, insecure men who try to parade around as manly, but in the shadows, it's such a different kind of energy. And I feel sorry for the ladies because there's less real men to choose from, right? Now I know there's a war going on online where black women are undesirable, they're loud, they're this, they're that. There are many who are not that. A lot of that is engineered. And I understand for those that are, it is repulsive to a man, right? But even more so repulsive to a woman is a gossipy, B-I-T-C-H-E. I don't want to say it out because, AI might come and get me for saying that. But that's a B-I-T-C-H move with men. Men should be visionaries. Men should be looking to conquer the world, not the whole world, but to enhance their world every day, especially if they have a family or have a wife. But many wives and husbands lay in the bed together and they gossip, right? And that's more so what they do than anything else. What do you think you're going to get out of that? Well, I'm going to break down gossiping today, and I'm going to give you a few pointers on defeating it and making it work for you. See, because they're giving you their energy and their thought. I'm powerful enough on my own. If you want to give me the energy and thought and put my name out there in a bad way, which my deeds and my stick-to-itiveness, listen, is what's going to ultimately win, because people can see, especially these days online, if you happen to be doing something online, they say, wait a second, man, this guy's speaking some sense and all you're doing is tearing him down. And that's what it's all about now. Don't feed into it, but you can feed from it, right? Let's get with these words that I want to share. Gossip is the dirt people throw when they can't rise to your level. It's not about truth. It's about control. It's the quiet war that takes place in whispers, behind smiles, under the surface of conversations that sound innocent but carry poison. People don't gossip because they care. People gossip because they crave significance in a life that doesn't make them feel important. Ooh, boom, body blows. Ooh, I'm going to say it again. It's the quiet war that takes place in whispers, behind smiles, under the surface of conversations that sound innocent but carry poison. People don't gossip because they care. They gossip because they crave significance in a life that doesn't make them feel important. See, these people, they don't feel good about themselves. And when they meet you and get to know you, especially when they've lived a sizable amount of decades on this earth and they start to compare, they feel real bad, especially if they compare on levels that they can't compete in. All they can do is run their mouth. They don't want to hear you open your mouth, because when you open your mouth, intelligence and wisdom comes out. So they can't stand to hear you, but they will get behind and peep on your Facebook page, peep on your YouTube page or your TikTok or your Instagram when you use it righteously. They'll go to your website and see your abilities and, I can't compete with this person. I feel insecure and insignificant, but they can't say that. So they have to tear you down. They don't want the world to see what they see, and it frightens them. Here we go. When they talk about you, they're not describing you. They're reshaping you into something that makes them feel safer. See, this is why they got to tear you down or bring you down to a level that they feel that you're not a threat anymore. And they want to get your reputation out there before you have a chance to bring your own reputation out there. Not that you're trying to get a reputation, but they know if people see you for who you are, they will feel more and more insignificant and less of themselves. And that's not your problem. That's their problem, right? They twist your truth into something easier to handle because your authenticity exposes their lack of it. Your authenticity exposes their lack of it. They're feeling around for a personality. They're feeling around for a certain type of energy, but they can't find it. But you being authentically you, they don't want the world to see you for who you really are. So they fight hard against it with the poison of gossip. They do. Gossip is emotional theft. It steals attention, reputation, and peace. And worst of all, it's done softly, with a tone that sounds caring. I'm just saying. I only mentioned it because I care. Lies wrapped in silk. They don't really care. And they will take a truth and sprinkle on their own seasoning of lies and mix it into something else that will be taken the wrong way. And they won't really always say what they want to say directly to twist how you receive it. They know how you're going to receive it. So this is why they construct the gossip a certain way and sit back and watch. And see, the bad thing is that people latch on to this and they run with it. And you can't pull it back. So the one who initially gossips on you is doing this for the long-term effects, to quell and drown any goodness that you have inside of you that will be appreciated by other people in a valuable way, as opposed to their mediocre, low self-esteem, not having a history of doing anything well or doing anything of note. And this is not about status, about what you've done, because you have people who have accomplished much and are lettered men and women who still gossip. They have degrees and status, and they still will gossip. I've had people who have much more money than I ever had, and they gossip hard to bring you down. I've had people who I don't even know. I don't even think their phone number's in my phone. We've never hung out. We know of each other, but somehow, some way, they know all my business and put it out there the wrong way. And since I moved solo, and even though I'm an extrovert, many don't realize I'm an introvert. So I'm not hearing and seeing these things anyway because I don't even run in the same circles. But the curiosity that it causes in people, especially, and I'm speaking about me personally online, they get up online to see. You know how many people have mentioned the gossipers by name and says, yes, I spoke to so-and-so and I see your videos all the time. Damn, you got gossipers who hate you? Who have said to other people that they hate you? But you're advertising for me? You's a dumbass. Anyway, yeah, let's continue. And that was personal. And a lot of this is personal from personal experience. And I'll continue to tell you some stories laced in with these notes and these words that I put down in the last 24 hours. But gossip doesn't just come from enemies. Sometimes it wears a familiar face. Sometimes it sits at your table, nodding as you speak, collecting your pain like currency. Then later, your story becomes their entertainment. That's why we are breaking this down right now tonight. Because gossip isn't just words, it's warfare. And the first step to defeating it is understanding how it works. Like I said there, they'll sit at your table, nodding as you speak, echoing your words and saying how much they believe in it and how much they say you're a genius and you're speaking the truth. But then, I've had it several times from one person in particular, but other people, you share something with them and they actually forward your text messages to somebody else that you may know, and they put the person's name in there. And they say, you see, look what Lance wrote. If he does this, he's at risk for this, or I don't think it's a good idea. I think he's stupid. I think so-and-so. And guess what? They don't send it to the person. They send it to you. And then when you call them out on it or send it back to them, they'll straight up tell you, no, I didn't. I was sending that to you. Then why are you saying he's dumb for making this decision and you put the other guy's name in there? Come on. You think I'm stupid because I'm still cool with these people. I watch them like a hawk, but I know how far to go. And I know that there are some people in your life, and this is about gossip and beyond, who are cheerleaders for your downfall. And they'll only stay close to you because they're waiting for the moment when you have a tragedy that they can run with. And as the years go by and they don't get that from you, some will dissipate and disappear, but there are others who will try to sink their claws deeper into your life because something bad has got to happen. Damn, I've been waiting all these years. This guy's just skirting through life successfully, and I didn't get the satisfaction of seeing him fall. I mean, we all take little blows, but there are people out here in this life that if they can't fabricate and gossip, they're really hoping for you to fall. And they'll give you good wisdom. They'll swear, up and down how they're loyal to you, and they're backstabbing you. I heard a guy who was in prison one time, and he said how he was stabbed up in his prison fight. And they got him in while he was sleeping. He lived, but he almost died because he almost bled out. They got him in time to the hospital. And he said he was getting stabbed up so much that he didn't feel it after a while. See, you go through life and things happen, and after a while you know what it is, but it doesn't hurt you like it did in the beginning when you were much younger and maybe a little more naive, even if you were wise. You know, nobody ever learned how to ride a bike by reading a book. No boxer has learned everything about the art of fighting in the ring until you start getting punched in the face and you know what it feels like. Now, all of your technique, can you hold on to it mentally and execute it while feeling the pain of getting punched? You see what I mean? So after a while, you get numb to it when people begin to drop around you and you say, oh, there's another one. And you carry on because you know you have to focus on your own mission, focus on your own rise, focus on the seeds of greatness that God put inside of you. That's one way to keep yourself from getting caught up in the he say, she say thing. Let them do that. Remember, they're your promoters. You got great things to do. Don't let them down. They're your cheerleaders. I wrote an article about haters, and they are your cheerleaders. They're complimenting you by gossiping on you. They're complimenting you by hating on you. Haters are very wise people in one respect. Haters do not choose losers. Haters do not choose losers, and gossipers do not choose losers to talk about. You are a winner because they have to try so hard to bring you down. Remember that. So don't feel bad when you hear something come back to you twisted around. You're a winner. You're a champion. And they don't invest in mediocrity. They don't invest in people who are not trying or who are not destined to do great things in this life. So that's an invert compliment and an invert big up. Never forget that. And they're also, admitting that they don't have much going on, Okay, point number 1. I'm forgetting about the points, right? And I want to welcome everybody who's coming on in and listening to this. And leave your comments, in the chat room and in the comments section. I do listen to your requests and I do listen to the things that you say, right? Number 1, gossip starts as curiosity, but ends as control. Gossip always begins small. A question, did you hear about? It pretends to seek understanding, but the real goal is domination. When someone spreads your business, what they want is control over your image. They want to become the author of your story while you're still living in it. See, they can't in their mind, and I'm using my hand to wipe my face. Let me use my towel. How rude am I? See, they can't even be the author of their own story because their life in their mind has no punch, no meaning. You see what I mean? It makes no sense, right? Let me see here. Once they twist your truth, they own the version of you that others believe. See, once they twist it and put it out there, that version, you're the author of it, right? And you feel good about it. And that's power. False, but powerful. It's false, but they're so low down, they'll settle for that. The gossiper feeds off attention like oxygen. They don't need facts. They just need followers who love drama more than truth. So when these others who eat this gossip up, they're just as bad because they don't need the truth, right? They just want to grab something and run with it. So when a person will state to the gospel, listen, I don't know if that's true. I don't really care. I wish the brother or the sister all the world. But when people grab onto it and run with it, and they come back and bring it to you, or you catch them spreading it, they're doing you a favor. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. It makes your life easy because now you don't have to deal with the muck and mire of something twisted that's not even true, or a small truth that is twisted, right? Say, for example, somebody lives down the block from you, and maybe your wife felt sick. Something was really wrong. So you call the ambulance, and the ambulance shows up. And earlier on, before she felt sick, you may have been in the living room, laughing loud, You might have chased her. She might be chasing you. I know me and Mrs. Scurv do it all the time. I'll break out and chase her, and she's running to the house, screaming. Not screaming like she's in pain, but just something that can, oh, what are they doing in there? She's screaming. Then later on, the ambulance comes. Now, this didn't really happen. I'm making this up as I go along. The ambulance comes to check her out and take her to the hospital, and you want to see what's going on. The gossiper, oh, I heard them screaming in the house, and then the ambulance came. Oh, I think he's beating her. You see what I mean? Because you have people who use gossip in very specific ways, right? Because they want a certain result. Say, for example, they see a couple happy together and they're miserable in their own marriage, their own union. They want to do something or spread something to break you up because they're miserable, right? They want to worm their way in your life and I saw Lance at the supermarket and he was looking at this girl's butt. You know what I mean? Like, what is that to say? People do crazy things, right? What is the result that they want? Why are you telling me this? What is the end result that you want from this? Well, you told me that, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not spreading that because I don't deal in gossip. If you're so concerned, why don't you go to the person directly and check them? And check on them and say, hey, I'm going to be realistic. I heard this. Anything I can do to help you? You know? Nah, stay away from me. Because you see, with that type of spirit, really and truly, people always say, oh, people can change. Yeah, change can happen. But it's far and few between. People get good at masking the things that they want to have hidden from the world. Their DNA does not change. They mask it and repackage it so it can get past your defenses so they can get the result that they want for you to spread something that they made up or took a truth and twisted it around. Be careful of that. See, I'm the master of this thing because, I've been the victim of it so much. Once I see it, or once it's confirmed with me that this person or these people or this couple, they're running around this way, spreading things, and they don't get fed anymore. They will not know anything else. After a while, like I said on another show, other people, their followers, did you hear anything more about Lance? Well, it must be something more going on than what you told me. They got to keep making stuff up because they're not getting anything directly from me. You keep out of their sight. You turn into a ghost as much as you can. They hate that because now they look stupid the less they have to say in the future. You see what I mean? Now, here's the other part. Did I say this already? I'm just jumping all over the place. Let me say this last part again. The gossiper feeds off attention like oxygen. They don't need facts. They just need followers who love drama more than truth. Yes, I said that. We're going to number 2 now. Gossip is born from insecurity. Nobody with real confidence gossips. When a person feels small, they try to shrink others to feel taller. Gossip is their ladder, built out of your name. They use your achievements as proof that they're not enough. Then they try to tear you down to balance the scale. See me? I'm trying to become, yes, and I am itching my ankle. I think something bit me. They don't try to look inward and try to manifest the seeds of greatness inside of them because most of the time when you find a gossip, especially as they get older, they've done nothing more than the mediocre. And will try to make it seem that the mediocre is something great. Look, I pay my bills and I take care of my family and you're supposed to. You're supposed to. Maybe you're not doing something you're supposed to. And you see the next man who has done the things that he's supposed to. And you have a forever feeling of insecurity because you know you're deficient in a certain area of your life. And your problems are eating away at you. See, I didn't do those things to you. I didn't neglect aspects of my life like you did. See? So that's your issue. You can twist it around with every other thing, but we know what it is at the core. There's something deficient in you, and you hide it from the world. And instead of taking that same energy that you use to gossip, and you turned it inward to rectify that deficiency or that lack of taking care of what you have to take care of in this life, it's never too late. But gossiping about me or anybody else is not going to help you. It's just going to get worse, because me with a clear conscience, I'm working on me, right? There's nothing from my past that I'm running from. I'm working on the present every single day. And that's one of the ways you defeat that. Instead of going back and forth, you said this about her. They've revealed their insecurities. Laugh to yourself knowing exactly what it is, right? Right. They envy your confidence, your peace, your purpose. So they attack the reflection inside, or instead of fixing the mirror. See, let me say it again. So they attack the reflection instead of fixing the mirror. Jealousy wears the mask of concern, but the heart behind it is rotten with envy. They don't hate you because you failed. They hate you because you didn't. Damn. I don't have to say that again, because it's already a very strong set of words. Let's go to number 3. Gossip travels faster than truth. Don't you know it? A lie can sprint while the truth is still tying his shoes. People don't crave accuracy. They crave emotion. That's why gossip spreads so fast. It's laced with drama, shock, and pain. It gives people something to feel, something to repeat. And this is why cyberspace and the internet and social media is so damn dangerous. You know the websites that you see out there, and they're from these platforms or creators that I've never heard of them before, but they come out with something real shocking that you don't hear anything else. Breaking news. Wait a second. I didn't hear this anywhere else. Let me verify this. And the thing is, you look on these particular pages, hundreds and thousands of hits within hours, if not millions. Why? People don't verify. People hear something and they run with it. So the business of gossip and clickbait and wanting likes and hits, people will do anything, because now you can put something out there and it's all over the world and it's true. It runs faster than anything else. Gossip travels faster than the truth. That's the truth. Absolute truth. Number 4, the calm tone of a snake. The most dangerous gossipers don't sound angry. They sound calm, even kind. They'll do kind things too to win you over. So people can say, oh, this is such a kind man. This is such a kind woman. They did this favor for me. But they're only trying to reposition themselves to get more intimacy out of you as far as your situation or what you know about somebody else. So they're going to put themselves as far as being this good guy or this good person. Watch it may be a snake, right? Their words glide smooth, soft as silk, but behind every syllable is a blade, right? They'll lower their voice and say, I shouldn't even say this, just to make their poison sound pure. They see, I shouldn't even say this. They want to say it, but they frame it this way to make it seem like, oh, this is pure. He or she is concerned. This is how they do. This calm delivery disarms people. You see what I'm saying? It tricks the listener into thinking the speaker is trustworthy, how they wrap their words. But gossip wrapped in serenity is still a knife. Understand that. Don't be fooled by tone. Some of the most polite people are professional assassins of reputation. Some of the most polite people are professional assassins of reputation. This is why, and it's everywhere, but this is why even in the corporate world, where they're fighting for promotions, they're fighting for, credit on a project. They want to be noticed by the CEO, the supervisors, and it's a dog-eat-dog thing, and so gossip is there. People go by the water cooler. Did you hear about Harry? He smacked up his wife and he got locked up, and that's why he's not at work today. I overheard it when they called in. You know, why? Where did you get this information from? And even when you try to stay away from it, your time is coming. They're gonna bring something. Oh, I was at the supermarket on Saturday, or day off, and I saw Billy with his wife, and you know, her eye was swollen. Well, maybe they were playing a game and the 8-year-old smacked her in the eye and it swelled up. She swells up easy. So you're saying he beats his wife now? And people leave parts out for you to finish it up. So if I tell you 2, 4, 6, 8, naturally you're going to say 10. So they say everything around everything else to give you the answer, but they never say the answer. You say it, and you swear up and down they said it. So when it's time to be accountable, I didn't say that. I just said this. But you're the one who ran with that. I didn't tell you that. You see what I mean? It's a very, very funny thing, right? Yeah, here it is. This calm delivery disarms people. It tricks the listener into thinking the speaker is trustworthy. Yeah, I said this before. I want to say it again. But gossip wrapped in serenity is still a knife. Don't be fooled by tone. Some of the most polite people, and I love this phrase, I don't know where it came from in the brain, professional assassins of reputation. And when they do it to one person, they can easily come around and do it to the other. And don't think church folks are innocent. You know, lots of times church folks are sitting in the parking lot after the service for twice the time that the service lasted. So if the service lasted for an hour and a half, they might be back there talking for 3 hours. You think it's something good? Here comes Sister Shirley. And watch, she gonna go over there and speak to Brother Bobby. She gonna be over there talking to him for an hour. And watch, they gonna leave at the same time. I think something's going on. Yeah, I think something's going on. Because I saw her over Brother Bobby's house. And look, Brother Bobby might have a daughter that needs tutoring and she's a teacher. But you see certain things and you're so anxious to twist it around in something else. And you don't see yourself. And when you get called out on it, you get mad. See me, I will call you out on it. I'm that kind of person. And I'll wait until you get around the other people. But I'll do it in a strategic way. I don't run this stuff down. Like I said, you got to starve it. But sometimes you have the opportunity to have them like Ralph Cramden off the Honeymooners. Remember the Honeymooners? Hamada, 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 hamada. But you can't give it energy, just shine. You shine and be the best version of yourself. And all of that stupidity that they spread, it makes them look dumb because they're not shining, right? Here it is now. Number 4. Okay, no. Number 5. I'm loving this. I don't even want to move forward. I'm repeating stuff and everything. Gossip feeds on silence. Silence is not peace. It's permission. When lies spread and you say nothing, your quiet becomes their weapon, only for a time. The world believes the first version it hears. So when someone speaks falsehood about you and you stay quiet to keep the peace, you're letting them write your story for you. You don't have to scream to defend yourself, but you must speak. The lie must be confronted before it becomes gospel. Because in the court of public opinion, silence is guilt. Yes, it is. But to add on to that, it dies because nothing else can be said over the same subject. If somebody says something about you and it spreads and it's the court of public opinion and you're quiet about it, after a while, they're going to keep going with this? So initially, you can put out there something to negate it, not to run to the very people they gossip to, but you can put it out there. We got social media. You can put something out there. Just make a little statement within things that you already do and let them fight against that. But then you got to leave it alone. Leave it alone and let what you do shine so much that it makes them look stupid, right? And the people who receive the gossip will begin to question the person that brought it to them. You know, if you're brilliant if you're executing, if you're manifesting what you need to manifest in your life, that is the ultimate get back at the gossiper. Because what's he going to do? Gossip about the good things you did? They want to talk about the bad things that they made up. But they're not going to sit here and talk good about you. So if you're doing good, what they're going to say? They just have to turn more venom and people will see that you're doing good stuff, right? So silence is a funny thing. It depends on the situation. You know, I believe in both, confronting it and being silent. There's a time for both, right? The timing is perfect. But of course, instead of letting things bother you, you take the energy, maybe you're a little angry or whatever, disappointed, feeling betrayed, and you turn that energy around and execute. You say, what can I do today to make myself a better version of myself? Because if I sit there and just listen to somebody else write my story, then I'm just going to sit here and be a spectator to lies and not do what I have to do, right? See? Gossip needs an audience. A rumor without ears dies fast, but give it listeners and it multiplies. A gossiper can't operate alone. They need a crowd hungry for distraction. Those who stay quiet while others destroy a name are not innocent. They are enablers. If you sit at a table where someone is being disrespected and you do nothing, you've joined the performance. Every cruel word needs a stage, and the audience is what gives betrayal its echo. I've always told this to my wife, and people have come to say things to her about what somebody else said bad about her or us. And I said, if they said this thing so bad and these people who are bringing it to you know the truth, what were they saying when this bad stuff was being said? And they're bringing it to you like they're doing you a favor, but they must have been sitting there agreeing with it. Duh. When people bring this stuff to you and it's so off kilter and so far away from the truth, what were they saying? They had to be agreeing or sitting there silent, not doing anything, which is a form of disrespect if they know who you truly are. You just have to eventually cut them people out. And sometimes the gossipers can have you fooled so well that you think that they're in your corner when they're only there to destroy you and take what they can get from you. But I tell you one thing, when you learn to cut these people off and they know that they have been revealed, now they're angry because the hustle of you is over. They can't get one thin dime from you. No. And some people it takes a little longer than others. Me, these years of my life, these decades, I could spot them and I'm like, never am I going to spend time with these people. And when those kind of people look back, they say, this guy never really showed any interest. I went left and he went right. I went down and he went up. You know, which find yourself away from these people. They're only poison. And see, the poison they possess inside of their spirit to want to gossip about people, if they don't have a chance to execute it, that poison gets absorbed by them in small increments, and it makes them sick because they're playing that comparison game and they want to tear you down. But if they don't know, like Muhammad Ali said, you can't hit what you can't see. Keep them out of your life. Don't even let them see you. Don't even let them overhear you. They'll work hard now. Little tricks to try to, you know what I mean? But I'm on it. I live a Spartan life and I get a lot of stuff done each and every day. And I'm making myself better, and I have no time for those types. And social media, cyberspace, and the internet, and all of that stuff makes it so much easier for this stuff to go out even more. It's an industry now. And most people, when they go on the click, they're looking for, if you can check the history of people's computers to see what they're really into, aside from maybe a porn addiction, the gossip sites are jumping for a reason, because people like this stuff. So they're enablers, right? if many of us, especially as black people, if we got together on a positive tip with the same energy that we use to tear each other down, what a mighty people we would be. But, it is what it is. I can't worry about that, Number 7, gossip masquerades as concern. I only said it because I care. That's one of gossip's favorite lines. They turn your pain into a performance and package it as empathy, you see? They gossip about your struggle, pretending they want to help, but their goal isn't healing, it's attention. Real care comes from confidentiality. False care comes with conversation. Anyone who shares what was told in trust doesn't care. They just enjoy playing savior while keeping your wounds open for applause. Now, see, one thing the gossiper doesn't like is when you have information about their life that's not too cool. And when they know that you know it, it burns them. You know what I mean? Hey, if you got a snake in your camp, it's not my problem. They hate it. They hate it because they're trying to tear you down, and they know you know something about them, which is irrelevant to me because you know that these people are about mediocrity and low vibrations. And that's something you don't want to keep company with. And it doesn't surprise you when you know things about them so low. Just stay away. You're irrelevant in my life. 24 hours in a day. Why is it that we have 24 hours in a day and most people can't manifest something good? How are they spending their time, their energy, their thought, and their focus? It tells you what's on their mind. I try to be very efficient in my day. Now, with more time on my hands and being retired, I can focus and take my time and settle down on my punches, meaning that in boxing, when they say you're settling down on your punches, you're not jumping around because you can't get power behind your blows if you're jumping around. But if you stand sure-footed and spread your legs a little bit, squat a little bit, you can come with more force on your blows. So that's what I'm doing with my life, making every day count, and I'm loving it. Gossip is poison. Whether it's something about me, which I can't stop you from saying anything, or you're trying to bring me something which I don't want to hear because it's going to take my mind off of the effective gut check that I have to do at the end of the day. As I lay down in the bed, I ask myself, did I get done what I set out to do today? And if something happened to stop me, well, that's unfortunate. Did I do something? Because if I didn't get anything done, I can't sleep. I mean, at least sweep the floor. You know what I mean? At least wash the dirty dishes, which when I use a dish after a meal, immediately I'll wash it. Got to get that peace of mind. I don't want anything staring me in the face from the prior day. I say, okay, this had to be done. Even when I wear something, usually I don't go more than a day, meaning that I'll wash it that night or I'll wash it the next day. Hang it up and everything's ready. I hate clutter. I hate disarray, especially in my life and in my mind. And gossip, that's what it does. It clutters your mind and stops you. It's roadblocks, it's speed bumps, it's detours, and you get nothing done. But it feels so good to talk about somebody else for some people. I can't do it. If somebody brings me something of concern, now here's the other thing. That's not gossip that I will do. I will do this. If I overhear somebody that I know can't stand you, and they're talking about, yeah, we're gonna bum rush their house 3:30 in the morning, we're gonna put a gun to their head and we're gonna shoot them, and I know they have the capability, I'm gonna give you a warning, like, yo, listen, this is what's going on. This is a heads up. This is not gossip, right? Prepare yourself, right? I'm gonna say it. If you're worthy of it, man to man, man to woman, whatever, I'm not gonna let that happen. If I'm, or I hear somebody's babies are being molested or something's going on, some creep I hear over him talking or something I see how he's looking at your child or whatever. No, certain things you gotta say. That's not gossip. But to be in your personal life, I heard this and I heard that. Get away from me. You funky, you stink, you're trash, you're a piece of crap. Get away from me. I don't need that. Because the ones who bring you gossip, here's the other thing. The ones who bring you gossip and make it seem like they're caring for you or they're looking out. No, when they bring it, they take it. This is what people don't understand. The people who bring you gossip, they're also taking it. They'll be so sincere in their delivery, but they're steady watching. It's like an acid that burns their soul. They can't help themselves. Are you feeling all good that you getting all the news? And yeah, this is my good friend. She tell me everything. Well, your good friend is telling everything about you too. Believe it. Believe that. Number 8, gossip turns trust into currency. Every time you share a secret, the wrong person sees it as an investment. They store it, trade it, and sell it for social value. Your vulnerability becomes their ticket to relevance. They don't betray you because they hate you. They do it because it works. To them, your pain is profitable. It gets them sympathy, clout, or conversation. But once your story leaves your mouth, you lose control of it. Protect your words like you protect your wallet, because both can bankrupt you if left in the wrong hands. So you take your wallet and hand it to people that you trust or don't trust? No. I remember I was on the van maybe like about 2 years ago. And this is when we first moved into the house. And I was taking the van. I was by myself. I was taking the van down into the city, down into Accra. And this young lady, she had to be about 21, 22 years old. The van, all the seats were empty. She came down and plopped down right next to me and pushed her leg, pushed it all up on mine. What was that supposed to do? So I had my bag, I put it down between my leg and her leg, and she's looking at me. And she's humming some tune and licking her lips and, the effect that they wanted. So we got up to the roundabout, and the van was going to sit there to hopefully get a few more passengers. And so she looked at me and she said, "Excuse me, sir, can I have some money to get some bread? To get some bread and maybe some milk or something like that." And, she was trying to play me when she first got on, but she was doing that probably just to get something out of me. And I said, okay, I wasn't simping because I wasn't trying to get with her. I said, find out how much the bread and the milk is going to cost. She went in and found out she was going to get back on the van. I gave her the money for it, which was next to nothing, right? Then she got on and she saw she can get something from me, but she didn't understand that I gave it out of my heart because she did look a little hungry. So she's trying to hustle. So then she gets back on oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Are you going to Accra? I said, yeah, I'm going down into Accra. And I'm playing her because I know where she's going to go. But I said, let me talk to her and see where she's going to try to take this. She was so much of an amateur in trying to get an old man horny or think he's going to get something from this young girl. So she said, oh, I don't even know this person, right? Can I hold your card? Can I hold your credit card or your debit card so I can go shopping and do more food shopping? I'll give it back later. I'm like, girl, you better go back and get some lessons on how to play somebody because you're not going to play me anyway, right? But I'm going to give a stranger my card. Oh, here's my credit card, and here's my debit card, and let's meet later on. You can give it back. No, you're going to drain it out, throw them cards down, and say, ha, you dumb old fool. Please, come on. I gave you what you asked for. It didn't even put a dent. Because when I have money in my wallet, it's in the wallet. The fare money, the coconut water money, the almond milk money on the way or whatever, I keep it in the other pocket. That's going to go, right? The other one I hold on to, and my cards, right? So, yeah, I got to know you real good. Why would you want to hold my card, right? If you need something, I'll get it for you. Like 50 Cent now. I don't know what you heard about me, but you can't get $1 out of me. I'll sing that song in my head while I see somebody trying to play me. And that's another story. I'm not putting down individuals out here, but a lot of these young ladies, they think that, they can flash a little backside and think you empty your wallet for them. Were you crazy? I'm an old veteran. I might repeat what I said to one girl who kind of like disrespected me for not giving her anything. I'm like, I don't know you. We don't have that kind of relationship. I don't even know you, I don't want to say it and say something indecent, but it was funny. It was. I'll say it later on. Or maybe in the members section I'll do it. I have some street footage for like 10 minutes, and I'll probably say that on there, So for the supporters, I will, and on Substack also, Number 9, gossip is emotional theft. The gossiper doesn't steal objects, they steal essence. Your story, your tone, your emotion, all repurposed into someone else's narrative. They rob you of peace, then wear your pain like jewelry. And the more real you are, the more valuable you become to them. Authenticity threatens the fake, so they distort you before others can see the reflection of who they wish they were. See, they may not want to be you exactly, but there's something about you that they wish that they can emulate or manifest from within themselves, and they feel they can't. Burger King can't be McDonald's, but Burger King can be a better Burger King, for those of you who eat fast food. Too many people in this day and age are taught to try to copy and be a cookie cutter instead of being authentic. See, I come from the era of authenticity. Everybody wanted to be unique. I am unique. You are unique whether you know it or not, but some of these people don't read. Let me continue. Okay. Number 10, gossip is a reflection of weak character. A person who gossips exposes their own weakness. It's not strength to spread rumors. It's desperation disguised as importance. People who can't shine on their own try to dim others. People who know me know me. I've never been a wealthy man, never been super rich, popular, famous, but I can shine, and I've shined in my life, and I'm content with that. I never sought to shine, but me being me makes me shine. And everybody has that chance. I mean, when they say that there's no two snowflake designs that look the same, and you see all these trillions, quadrillions of snowflakes falling, and each one is different, and the ones that come after it are different than the ones from the storms all of the years before, and you can't manifest something unique when you claim, many people, oh, it's a great creator who made me. God is great. But you dissing God by your gossip, because the feelings that motivate the gossip, it's an insecurity. So you're saying God made a second-hand, third-hand creation when he made you. So your very mindset and your very essence is an insult to the creator. But yet we act religious, and we must respect God, and we must do this, and the Most High, and blessed and highly favored. No, you're not. You cussing yourself. You're not blessed and highly favored when you cuss God's creation, your sister or your brother, when you can actively go to be a good reflection of the Creator by manifesting the great seeds that he put in you, but you're not planting them because you're so damn busy running your mouth on somebody else. And that's the truth. I don't care who gets insulted. Go up in the corner and unsubscribe. I don't care. I don't need the hate energy. At least let it be known so I can turn it around into something positive. You see what I mean? Number 10, gossip is a reflection of weak character. A person who gossips exposes their own weakness. It's not strength to spread rumors. It's desperation disguised as importance. People who can't shine on their own try to dim others. The gossiper's goal is simple: drag you down to make themselves feel level. But truth stands taller. When your light stays consistent, this is what I was saying earlier about shining. When your light stays consistent, their shadows become obvious. Don't fight to prove. Just keep shining until their darkness burns out. Ain't that something? Shine. Shine. Don't feed into it. You can throw out a truth about yourself so people can have something else to bite on at the right time. But just keep shining. If they can't stop to shine, it frustrates them so much. Number 11, gossip destroys from the inside out. It doesn't just hurt reputations. It erodes souls. It makes people paranoid, breeds distrust, and divides communities. Entire families, friendships, and movements have been torn apart by words that started as whispers. Gossip kills connection because it replaces truth with suspicion. Once trust dies, unity dies with it. That's the truth. And that's why gossip isn't harmless. It's spiritual poison. It infects slowly until love and loyalty rot from the inside. So people who gossip and specializes in gossip, it's destroying everything around them. But they'll turn around when you find out that they're the gossiper and you don't want to be bothered with them, and they'll try to paint you as the bad guy. I've never seen anything like it. They will try to paint you as the one who started this or started that. That's what they do. A lot of narcissists do that also. To cover their tail, they play the victim. Oh, they started this. No, you started it with your loose lips. Number 12, gossip can also live inside of you. That is the painful part many people don't want to hear. Sometimes gossip isn't something others do to you. It's something you do to yourself. Every time you replay old pain, doubt your worth, or tell yourself stories of failure, you're spreading rumors inside your own head. Ooh. The same poison that kills from the outside can also infect your self-talk. Heal from gossip by starting within. Speak truth to yourself before you demand it from anyone else. See, you're not saying the bad things about yourself to other people. It's in your head and you're repeating it. And you have people who do this constantly. How can they be positive to you when they're negative to themselves? How can you be positive to yourself when you're negative to yourself? I like to challenge myself. There's so many people, oh, I can't. Now, they may not say this outwardly, but their actions, I love a challenge. Can you really fail when you attempt to surmount a challenge, a mountain, theoretically, in front of you? The fact that you attempted to surmount this challenge shows you got the guts to move forward, to tackle anything in front of you. But to self-defeat yourself is the worst form of gossip, because you're made to be great. You may not win every battle, but if you never back down from a battle that's presented to you and is in your face, you can only gain respect. How many times have we seen a boxing match where two guys went at it hard? They used all of their ability, all of their skill, all of their tenacity, all of it. But one eked it out a little better than the other one, and the other one gave it all. That one that so-called lost, he also won. And the promoters will want to use him again. The fans will say, you know what? He lost that decision. Or maybe he got knocked out, but it was a tough fight. So the winner got a lot of respect for overcoming the odds, right? But that one who lost, that poured his heart out, he gets big respect also. He gets a standing ovation. He gets the people shaking his hands also. Where the next fight, he may be favored, but people know what they're going to get when they see him fight. And there are a lot of guys in boxing who have 10 losses, 15, 20 losses sometime, but people give them the biggest respect. See, that's how life works. Okay? Okay, there it is. We're getting along faster than what I thought. Okay, number 13. Defending yourself is not weakness. People will tell you that ignoring lies makes you strong, but silence in the face of slander is surrender. Like, if somebody slander me in my face, they're gonna get it. There's power in speaking truth with clarity and dignity. You don't need rage, just presence. Now that, yes, agreeable. I'm not sending mixed messages here, but just like I said, right? Speaking truth with clarity and dignity, pointing it out, right? And some of these people will try to overtalk you, distract you, get you emotional. No, state what it is and leave it there. Leave it there in the universe. So at the end of the day, folks who heard what you said he did say this and this and that. So therefore we can see that what you were saying, sir, is a lie. It's gossip, right? That's how they do. Defend your name, not with argument, but with consistency. Let your life correct the record. Every time you live your truth out loud, you burn another rumor to ash. This goes along with shining, see? Number 14, gossip dies when truth is lived loudly. The only cure for gossip is truth, lived unapologetically. You don't need to chase every lie. That's exhausting. Just keep being undeniable. When your actions are clear, lies can't breathe. People may try to twist your story, but time reveals everything. Integrity has no expiration date. Ooh, I gotta make a t-shirt out of that. Wow, I like that. I might have to write that bad boy down now. Hold on, because I know I'm gonna forget. I know I'm gonna forget. I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna make this one. Ooh, what does it say now? Integrity knows no expiration date. That came out of me, but I'm like, where'd that? Oh, has no expiration date. Okay, we're gonna write this down. Has no. Because when I'm writing things down, it's a one-way thing. I'm putting it down. But now I'm reading it back, and I'm like, no, that's too much of a nugget. Just like the one we said yesterday, earn your pleasure. I'm gonna make a shirt out of that one, even if nobody buys it. Earn your pleasure, right? That was a strong one that I want to jot down. I'm gonna do those tonight. Seriously. Okay. Integrity has no expiration date. So live right, stay grounded, and let the truth do what it always does. Rise, right? Last but not least, number 15. And let me see how the time has been going. Not that it matters, because I'm gonna take my time doing this. Okay, that's good. Good time. Number 15, you can't stop gossip, but you can starve it. You'll never silence every tongue, but you can control what you feed. Gossip needs your reaction to survive. Starve it of energy, starve it of attention, starve it of outrage. The more you grow, the less their noise matters. Walk in peace, knowing that no one can define you but you. Let them talk, let them rewrite, because the truth doesn't need to shout. It just needs to outlive the noise long enough to turn it into ash. And that's a beautiful thing. Imagine you think, go back 5 years in your life, folks that gossiped about you. Where are they now? That energy turned, and most people who have seen gossip about me, that energy has turned against them to make their lives a living hell. Like, wow, they took so much time in that world at that time, when in my world at this time that's highly modified, they're irrelevant. And in essence, they were always irrelevant, but I didn't know that. So who's around you now trying to destroy you that a few years from now will be irrelevant? See, time takes care of everything that way. And it's a beautiful thing, because after you dust off the bruises and the dust that was thrown on you and the bad words, you can still shine another day. And sometimes the clouds will cover the sun and it won't seem bright. It may not seem as joyous for a little while, and they think you're defeated, but you'll create things that weren't there when they were around. You're new, and you have to feed into that. Don't feel guilty about that. Rejoice in your accomplishments despite what others said, because they do not have the final word on your rise, especially when you have a righteous mission in your life. And a few more words. At the end of the day, gossip reveals more about them than it ever could about you. It's the confession of the insecure, the anthem of the envious, and the comfort zone of the cowardly. Don't waste your energy trying to prove your innocence to people committed to misunderstanding you. Speak when needed, walk in truth always. Protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. The world will always talk, but not everyone deserves a seat at your table or access to your story. So close the door on gossip, lock it, light your truth, and walk forward, not in anger, but in power. Because the best revenge is not revenge at all. It's survival with your soul intact. You don't need everyone to believe you. You only need to believe yourself. And on that note, I'll say, you only need to know yourself. Know what's inside of you. Know what's coming. Hone it, work on it, shape it, cultivate it. Because shining is the ultimate revenge to the spirits of darkness. And it's the thing that your Creator put inside of you that's going to be the sword to cut all things that come against you. And I'm living proof of that. And I know that there'll be a couple of people who watch this that have been into the gossip or saying things that weren't true. How do you feel now? How is it working out for you? Because right now, my existence is very beautiful, progressive, and if I was caught up in madness, I wouldn't have the time or the mindset to produce the things that I do as I've always done, as many people have predicted my downfall. Yeah, things have happened, but I'm still rising. And I want you to take heed from that. And maybe sometimes for the people who are on the members side and the people who support on Substack, Lancescurvx.com, we can do some, I'm going to bring back the conference line where we can speak and have nice private conversations that some of them will, and I'll speak of my life. I'm not asking you to speak of anything, but we can speak directly, and I can be a little more open with things. And some of those conversations I will put out there after we finish it. Some of those conversations we'll keep it private, but I'll decide. So we're going to go back to the good old days on the platform, and nothing's going to stop it. And I really, really, really look forward to this. Anyway, I'm going to sign off right now. I hope you've gotten some strength from this. If you've been a victim of gossip, I hope you know a little better on how to handle it when it comes your way. There's a time to be silent, and there's a time to speak your truth. But you don't have to argue or try to convince. You being consistent in your life and shining and progressing, even though we always will have different adversities come at us and sometimes give us setbacks, never stop moving forward. Always keep pushing, and know that if you are connected to the Creator and not the angels of darkness, you will always be the winner at the end of the day. Much love to you all. Lancescurv out. Salute to my brothers. Much love to my beautiful sisters. We're going to come back with another one tomorrow. I still have some runs to do early tomorrow like I did today, but I came on in and I said, let me make this happen. Let's work on getting this up and like it and spread it and share it and all of that good stuff if you think it was something beneficial for you or for somebody else. You know I like to keep the flow going every single day. I got no time to gossip about anybody. There's not enough time in the day, right? We all have 24 hours in a day, but certain people know how to utilize it better. Work on being more efficient with the 24 hours that you have in a day. I'm no fan of Donald Trump. I'm no fan of Oprah Winfrey. I'm no fan of a lot of these people out here, but you know what? They knew how to use the 24 hours that they had in their day. Maybe they're poor examples, but we all know people who do that, who make the most of the time that they have. And if you're sitting around gossiping, you're throwing your life away. Much love to you all. Lancescurv out. Peace.